Welcome to Gayatri Yoga, my friends. My name is Christina, and in today's Power Vinyasa class, we'll be focusing on toning and strengthening our arms. We'll begin the practice with a quick stretch from a seated position, so lower down to your hips, crossing the legs, lengthening through the crown, softening through the shoulders, relaxing your face, your jaw, your lips, and beginning to tune in into your breath, observing the sensations, noticing how you feel at the beginning of the practice. Observing what's going on in your mind, in your heart. And put everything on pause, let everything wait, and begin bringing your attention inward, into your body, into the present moment. Allow your chest to softly lift and expand the ribs in the front, in the sides, in the back as you breathe in. And everything is softening as you breathe out. Relax your jaw, your face, your lips. Allow your belly to move freely. When you're ready, open your eyes. Inhale, lift the arms up through the sides. Exhale, lower the arms down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. As you lower the arms down, flex the palms, push the palms into opposite sides. Inhale up. Exhale down. Lower your right arm down. Inhale, lift the left arm up. Lengthen through the left side. Breathe into the left side of the ribs. Deep inhales and exhales through the nose. Inhale, exhale, spiral your left armpit to the right, rounding the back, tucking the chin. Inhale, up and lift through the heart. Exhale, spiral and round. Inhale, up and lift. Exhale, spiral. Now frame your knee with both arms, pull the mat apart into opposite sides, and start rounding the back. Draw the pubic bone in. Puff up the back. Inhale, draw the mat in towards you with the arms lift through the heart. Direct the pubic bone forward and down. Inhale, round the back. Tuck the chin. And then inhale, lift. Slowly return to center and fall down, stretching your hips. Relaxing as low as possible. Maybe your arms will not be able to lower all the way down, and that's fine. If you can go to your blocks, to the forearms, or all the way to your chest, to the forehead. Breathe and notice what's happening in your outer hips. Relax your lower back, your hips, your face, the jaw, the lips. Inhale, lift your chest and move the palms in towards you, rising up to neutral. Lift the right arm up, lengthen, stretch through the side. Take a couple of deep inhales and exhales. Inhale, exhale, spiral the right armpit to the left, round back. Feel the stretch in your lower back, middle back, upper back, the ribs. Inhale, up and open, lift through the heart. Exhale, spiral and round. Inhale, up and lift. Open the chest, open the heart. Exhale, spiral and round. You can place the palm down to the floor, framing your knee. Pull the mat apart into opposite sides, keeping your elbows soft. And now push the floor away from you, round the back. And then inhale, drag the mat in towards you, direct the pubic bone forward and down, lift through the heart. Exhale, push the floor away from you and round. Inhale, up and lift, lengthen. Exhale, round. Inhale, lengthen, and start moving to the center. And change the cross of your legs quickly. Bring the opposite shin forward as you fold down, and observe how it feels in the opposite hip. Observe the sensations. Relaxing in your lower back, your hips, your pelvis. Inhale, lift the chest. Keep your palms on the mat. Move them a little bit into the shin bones. Spread the fingers, pull the mat apart. Exhale, push the floor away from you around the back. And then inhale, direct the pubic bone forward and down, and lift through the heart. Exhale, pushing the floor away from you, rounding. And then inhale, lift through the heart. One more time, exhale, round. Inhale, lift, and return to neutral. Keep your palms on the knees, a couple of circles with your torso, observing how it feels in your hips today. Around in the back as you reach back, stretching the whole back line. Change the direction. And now slowly rising up, sitting up tall, lengthen through the crown. Direct the right ear to the right shoulder and start moving slowly in circles. To moving to the left, back, lift through the chin. Be careful with the neck compression. Observe how it feels in your neck and soften through the shoulders. You can actually move your shoulders in circular motion while you're moving your head. Change the direction. And return to neutral. Send your arms back to your low back. Interlace the fingers and see if you can close the gap between your palms. If it's not possible, then you can have them open. Use a towel if it's really tough for you, if your shoulders and chest are too tight. Start hinging forwards through the hips. The crown is reaching forward and the knuckles are reaching back. And now rotate the chest to the right. And your arms are reaching to the left. So you feel the stretch in your right shoulder and your chest. Maybe if you feel comfortable, you can do gentle movements of the arms up to the ceiling. 3, breathe. 4 and 5. Return to center. Inhale, lengthen. Now chest to the left, arms are reaching to the right. Observe the sensations. Gaze up and pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Slowly return to center. And now as you hinge forward and deeper in your hips, lift the arms up and forward. Stretch through the shoulders. Inhale, you start connecting to your core, lifting up. Lift through the heart, reach the knuckles down, and your chest is opening. Exhale, begin folding down, reach the arms up and to the front. Inhale, up and open and lift. Exhale, move forward. Stretch through the shoulders. Slowly rise up and now relax your arms. Do a couple of gentle circles with the shoulders and then forward. And now take your right palm and start tapping the ribs in the front, around the armpit and on the shoulder. Relaxing the shoulder, waking up the fascia, the arm, which also helps to move the lymph, the back, the trapezius, the neck. And now you can circle. Take a couple of breaths. Notice if there are any differences between the left and right sides, the ribs. Maybe you notice on the left side it's easier to breathe. And now do the opposite side. You can always add sound to increase vibration. You can say ha or ho as you do it. Inhale. Ha. And move to the shoulder and keep saying your sound. The arm, the forearm, even the wrist, the fingers, the upper back, the neck, the front of the chest. And slowly you can glide the arms, the palms down the arms, as if you're trying to clean something off. And now do a couple of circles, a couple of inhales and exhales, noticing if it's comfortable for you to breathe on the left and right sides, if it's the same kind of sensations. And now slowly transition to your tabletop position. From your tabletop, a couple of circles with the hips. And now shift the hips back, hinge through the hips, draw the pubic bone in, gaze to the navel, push the floor away from you, move forward, and return to neutral. Send the hips back. Draw the pubic bone in. Scoop the pubic bone. Gaze to the belly button. Keep this position. Start shifting forward as your upper back stays rounded. Puff up the back. And then return to neutral. From here, shift your shoulders forward. Roll the biceps out. Bend the elbows, and your elbows are bending as if you're moving into chaturanga, and then extend. So do it a couple of more times. 1. Exhale down. Inhale up. 2. Keep your neck long. 3. Don't go lower than 90 degrees. 4. 5. So you should feel your arms beginning to activate. Press the left palm into the mat. Rotate the chest to the right. Find the twist. Don't move the hips. Swing your right arm under the left armpit. Gently tap the shoulder to the floor and then slowly reverse. Inhale up and open, and exhale, twist. Inhale up and open. Don't move the hips, so the twist is happening in your spine, in your rib cage. Exhale down and tap the shoulder. One more time. Inhale up and open. Exhale down. Keep your hips vertical. Observe how it feels. Press the left palm into the mat and direct the left shoulder to the back of the room. Couple of breaths. Inhale. Exhale, slowly return, and now do the same move. From the tabletop, start shifting your shoulders forward as if you're trying to extend the hips, so the shoulders move to the front of the wrist. Direct the elbows to the back of the room. Bend the elbows 90 degrees, and then extend. 1, 2, 3. Your core is supporting you. 4 and 5. Keep your right palm on the mat, hips stacked over the knees. Twist. Reach your left arm up, trying to stack your shoulders. Sweep your left arm under the right armpit. Direct your shoulder down. If it's touching the floor, great. If not, that's also fine. And then slowly reverse and twist. Inhale. Exhale. Find the twist. Press the palm into the mat. Up and open. Twist. Try not to compensate with the hips. Exhale down and sink down. Hips are vertical. Press the palm into the mat. Direct the right shoulder back. Observe the sensations. Observe how it feels in the back, and notice how easy or difficult it is for you to breathe in this position. Press the right palm into the mat. Slowly reverse. And now again, you're sinking the hips back. Draw the pubic bone in. Puff up the back. Gaze to the belly button. Stay rounded as you shift forward. And then lengthen through the crown and through the sit bones to opposite sides. One more time. Shift back. Draw the pubic bone in. Pull the mat apart with your arms. Round the back. Move forward. And lengthen. Slowly lift your right arm up, and left leg lifts. Bring the elbow to the knee to the elbow. Puff up the back, connect to the core. Inhale, extend. Exhale, in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, in. Inhale, extend. Send your right arm back. Bend your left knee. Reach for the foot. Start pressing the foot into the palm. Keep your elbow slightly soft. And push the foot into the palm. And lift the knee high and high, so you feel the stretch in your right shoulder and your chest. Inhale, exhale, slowly release. Extend the arms, bring the right palm down. Switch sides. Right palm stays on the mat. Lift the left arm up, connect to your core. Lift your right leg up, find your balance. Bend the knee and bring the knee in to the elbow, elbow to the knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend. Bend the right knee, reach your left palm back. Keep your right elbow soft. Press the foot into the palm. Start lifting the knee up, up, up. And lift through the heart. Stretch through the belly, the chest, the ribs, the armpit, the shoulder. Stay squared. Breathe. Inhale, slowly release, extend the arm, extend the leg, bring your spine to neutral, lower the palm and knee down to the floor. And open your arms out and push the palms into opposite sides as if you're trying to break the floor, rip the mat apart. So fingers are pointed to opposite sides and you're pulling the mat, the floor into opposite sides. And you start rounding the back, puffing up the back. Shift back. Stay rounded as much as you can, pulling the floor into opposite sides. And then return the spine to neutral, lengthen, and then bring you back to neutral. Again, pull the mat apart, tuck the chin, and round the upper back. Draw the pubic bone in. Take a couple of breaths here into the middle back. Start shifting back, stay rounded before you lose the rounded back. And then return your spine to neutral and move to the front. And then here you can bend, you can shift your right shoulder blade to the right shoulder, like to the arm. Soften through the elbows, squeeze in the center. Move to the left. And then again, puff up the back. And you do the circles, collapsing in the center and then hinge to one side, puff up in the center, hinge to the opposite side, and then squeeze in the center. And then you can change the direction. Keep your neck long. Feel a nice squeeze. And then here you can play with puffing up the back and then squeeze the shoulder blades. So the shoulder blades are moving away from one another and then squeezing in. Away from one another, squeezing in. Keep your back neutral. Away from one another, squeezing in. Send the hips back, round, lower the hips down and extend the arms to the front. Begin feeling the awareness, the awakening of your upper back. If you had any tension, it should be getting better, releasing. Breathe and notice maybe your rib cage feels more open, less rigid. It's easier for you to breathe. Now as you keep your arms extended and press the shin bones into the mat and you're moving forward, and the hips are moving to the front, extend through the hips, you are in half plank. So we're doing our little push-ups, but now the hips are in extension. So lean with the crown forward, the hips, the thighs are moving down, the hips, the elbows are bending, and then extending. And now let's go for 10. 1, extend, 2, extend. Elbows are moving to the back. Roll the biceps out and the back of your elbows will be directed to the back of the room. And this way, when you bend the elbows, they move next to the ribs and not away from the ribs. 4, 5, keep your neck long. 6, push the floor away from you. 7, 8, 9, 10, and now shift the hips back, hinge through the hips, draw the pubic bone in, and now puff up the back, round it back, gaze to the belly button, push the floor away from you, and pull the mat apart. Stretch through the upper back, and lengthen. Here, curl the toes, lift the knees, shift the hips back and up to the ceiling, and then direct the heels down. If the heels are not touching the floor, that's completely fine. Now slowly start lifting your heels and making a big wave forward around the lower back, gaze to the belly button, middle back, upper back, and all the way forward. And now twist the hips to the right. And now circle the left arm back and up and press the feet into the mat. Stretch through the left side of the body. Observe how it feels. Couple of breaths here. You can do circles with your left arm. Notice how it feels around the armpit and the shoulder. And then reverse. Move your shoulders forward. If you wish to bend the knees and lower them down to the floor, or bend the elbows. Chaturanga, inhale, upward dog, lift through the heart. If you want to work on strengthening your arms, bend the elbows, curl the toes, push the floor away from you. Plank, downward dog. Lift your heels up, draw the pubic bone in, gaze to the belly button, slow wave forward. And now you pivot the heels to the left, scissor the legs. And now your right arm is reaching up and the hips are lifting up as you press the feet into the mat, and your left arm is pushing into the mat and you're stretching through the side. So your shoulders are stacked and you feel a nice stretch on the side. Circle the arm. Notice how it feels in your shoulder, in your chest, the side of the body. Reverse. Lower your arm down. And remember, you can modify chaturangas. Shift the shoulders forward, bend the knees and lower them down if you wish. Bend the elbows. Inhale, extend the arms, lift through the heart. Push the floor away from you, stretch through the front. Exhale, curl the toes. Bend the knees. Remember, you can lower them down. Push the floor away from you. Downward dog. Lengthen through the sit bones. And again, make a big, big, big wave forward into a rounded plank. Protract the shoulders, so puff up the back, tuck the chin, draw the pubic bone in, the heels are lifted, and the core is engaged, quads are engaged. Shift your shoulders forward over the wrists. And pulse forward and back. Stay rounded. 1, 2, stay puffed up. 3, 4, and 5. Now return to your neutral plank. And now collapse through the shoulder blades, kind of squeeze them in like we did when the knees were on the floor. And now push the floor away from you, protract. Squeeze and protract. 2, retract, protract. 3, 4, 5. Lower the knees down. Uncurl the toes. Hinge through the hips, shift the hips back. Draw the pubic bone in, gaze to the belly button. Puff up the back. Pull the mat apart with the arms. And then return to neutral. One more time. You're shifting back. Draw the pubic bone in, gaze to the belly button. Lengthen. And return to neutral. Now hinge your hips to the right. Push the floor away from you, so the hips are hinging and shifting back. From here, draw the pubic bone in, pull the mat apart, puff up the back. Notice how maybe you have more tension and stretch around the right shoulder blade. Return to neutral and reverse to neutral tabletop. Again, hinge to the left as if your tabletop is falling to the left. Then you shift the hips back to the heels, but the left hip is more to the left. Now draw the pubic bone in, puff up the back, push your shin bones into the mat, especially the left one, into the floor, making your way forward. As you pull the mat apart, feel your left shoulder blade. Return to neutral, and then bring your tabletop to neutral. Shift the hips back, sink down. Your hips are reaching to the hips. If your child's pose looks like this, try to sink down and bring the hips closer to the heels. Extend through the arms. Notice the awareness in your upper back, your shoulders, the arms. Now lengthen through the right arm and move your fingers to the left. Breathe onto the right side of the body. Keep your right palm on the mat and reach your left fingers up, 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 and all the way back so you get into a nice twist, but don't lift the hips. Exhale, slowly reverse. Inhale, up and open as if you're drawing a rainbow with your fingers. Reach it up and back, and then up and to the front. One more time. Up and back, up and to the front. Reverse to center. And now lengthen through the left arm. Move the arms to the right. Breathe into the left side. Keep your hips in the same position. Keep your left palm on the mat. Right fingers are lifting up and then all the way back. So notice how it feels in your back as you twist, and then reach it up and open. If it's hard for you to twist and you're stuck, maybe move your left palm a little closer to you. It's gonna help you. And lift the left elbow up and reverse. Up and twist, gaze back. Up and down. Last one. Up and lift. Up and down. Slowly return. Press the palms into the mat, lift the hips, start shifting forward. Curl the toes, pull the mat apart with the arms, lift the knees, engage the quads, send the heels back. Slowly shift the hips back and up, downward dog. Lower your forearms down into dolphin. Send the sit bones up and try to sink through the armpits. Be careful if you have a slippery mat or surface. Forearms are parallel. Couple of breaths here. And start shifting your hips forward and shoulders and head forward. Reach the nose to the floor and then return 1. Slowly forward and back 2. Inhale forward and back 3. Forward and back 4. Inhale forward and back 5. Press the palms into the mat and lift the elbows. Spread the fingers, sink through the armpits and direct the sit bones up. Roll the biceps out. Inhale, lift the right leg up and step it to the front of the mat. Lower the back heel down into warrior 1. Lift the arms up, bend the knee. Bring the left arm under the right armpit. Cross the arms. Lift the elbows and find a gentle back bend. As you exhale, draw the pubic bone in and your forearms are reaching to the thighs, fingers to the floor around the back. Inhale up and open. And lift. Exhale round. Inhale up and open, lift. Exhale round. Slowly uncross the arms and the right palm goes to the floor and the left arm is circling back, up and to the front. And if you can bring your left arm either to the lower back and then just wiggle the fingers to the inside of the right thigh, or you can wrap your arms around the right thigh and focus should be on lifting your left shoulder and reaching it back. If you're very flexible in your hips, don't collapse like this. Keep your legs engaged. Breathe. Keep your neck long. Inhale and exhale slowly. Release the bind very carefully. Press the palms into the mat. And now lift your right heel. Push your shoulder into the knee, into the shoulder. You can move your palm slightly back and puff up the back. Squeeze the shoulder and now lift the toes and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Slowly extend your right leg back. Shift the shoulders forward. Chaturanga, lower your foot down and lift through the heart, upward dog. If you wish, bend the elbows and then extend. So the toes stay in the upward dog position and you just move up and down. 2. Breathe. 3. 4. And 5. Curl the toes, engage the glutes and the core, shift the hips back and up, downward dog. Lift your left leg up and step it to the front of the mat. Lower the back heel down and rise up, warrior 1. Right arm is going under the left. Cross the arms. Lift the elbows, find your back bend. Exhale, round the back, tuck the chin, reach the forearms down. Keep the front knee bent. Inhale up and open, lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round the back. Forearms are reaching down. Now uncross the arms, the left palm is going down to the floor or the block, and the right arm is circling back, up, and to the front. Left shoulder is pushing into the knee, knee into the shoulder. And if you wish, you can add the bind or half bind. Reach your right palm, the fingers towards the inner left thigh, or wrap your arms around the thigh. Keep the knee aligned over the ankle, shoulders stacked, gaze up. Back leg is straight. Inhale, exhale, slowly release the bind. Bring both palms to the inner side of the foot. Lift the back heel up. Now, puff up the back. You can move your left toe slightly back. Lift the heel. Project the shoulders. Squeeze the shoulder into the knee, knee into the shoulder. And now lift the toes. Keep your back rounded. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Slowly extend the leg back. Shift the shoulders forward, one-legged chaturanga. Remember, you can lower the knee down. Upward dog, uncurl the toes. And then this is just an option. Bend the elbows and extend. 1, 2. Inhale up. Exhale down. 3, 4, and 5. Curl the toes and shift the hips back and up. From here, lift your heels, gaze to the belly button, and round your lower back. Draw the pubic bone in. Middle back, upper back, and stay rounded. In rounded plank, puff up the back, hold, and then pulse forward and back. 1, 2, connect to 3, 4, 5. And now regular plank, lengthen through the crown and through the heels. Retract the shoulders, collapse, and then push the floor away from you. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Lower the knees down. Feel your core maybe engaging. Shift back. Child's pose. Slowly glide the palms in towards you. And reach your right arm down behind you. Circle the left arm forward, right, and back. So if you need some height, you can bring the block under the right palm, or maybe put the palm on the heel. So as if you're moving into half camel, circle the arm to the right, back and up, lift the hips, direct the hips forward. You can move your left arm, reverse, and slowly lower the hips down, and the other side, left palm. Right arm is moving forward, left and back. Lift the hips, direct the hips forward, push the shin bones into the mat. Breathe with the belly. Arm can move. And reverse the direction. Inhale and exhale, slowly release. And now move forward, lie down to your belly. And now your right elbow is moving. It's kind of aligned with the sternum, with the middle of the chest. And the palm is touching your shoulder, and then you're trying to bring your right shoulder down, and you would get a nice stretch in your right shoulder. So it's not just collapsing into the right side, lifting the left one. You should be kind of squared. Both shoulders are in one line. And as you're sinking down, and this is when you're going to get a good stretch in your shoulder. Inhale, exhale, slowly release. And you can do a couple of circles with the right arm. Now extend your right arm to the side, and maybe a little smaller angle, kind of bring the palm to the hip just a tiny bit. And then start twisting your chest to the left. Just be careful. Make sure you're feeling the stretch in the front of the shoulder and no compression in the back, in the joint. Left knee is lifting, the footsteps behind, and maybe you can rotate the pelvis up to the ceiling. And if you wish, you can reach your left arm up and reach it back. Keep your neck long. So try not to do this, tuck the chin. We want to reverse, we want to stretch. We want to do the opposite. You can even gently glide the tissue away from the shoulder back to the chest. Or back from the chest, from the center to the shoulder. Notice how it changes the sensations. And reverse. And you can again lift, circle the shoulder. And now the opposite side. So the left elbow goes to the center, and now you touch the shoulder and start squaring off. Both shoulders are going down. So you're closing here the gap in your armpit. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale, slowly start releasing. Extend your left arm out. And either 90 degree or a little smaller degree. So it's going to be just different tissues stretching. Start pressing the right palm into the mat, lifting your right knee up and twisting in your hips and your waist. Observe how it feels. And you can reach your right arm up. You can move your right arm up and back. Observe how it feels in the chest. You can also glide the tissues from the center of your chest towards the left shoulder and then reversing. You can move them up and down. Maybe you'll find some tender areas, sensitive areas, very slowly massage without pushing too much. And very slowly start reversing. Lift your left arm. You can do spiral movements and then big circles. Release the elbow. And now slowly push the forearms into the mat. Drag the elbows back and try and kind of move your chest forward. Protect the chest forward and shoulders back. Point the toes. You can stretch through the neck. Notice how it feels. Where you feel it. And slowly lower down. And now you can bring the palms under your forehead and your forearms are moving to the left. Your left leg moves to the left corner of the mat and your right leg crosses on top of the left. So you feel a nice stretch on the right side of the body. Couple of breaths here. And then slowly reverse. Your forearms are moving to the right side. Right leg is moving to the right side of the mat. And the left leg is crossing on top of the right. So as you sink down, you feel a nice stretch on the left side. Take a couple of breaths. Inhale and exhale, slowly return. Press the palms into the mat. Press the knees, the shin bones into the mat to lift. Shift back. Draw the pubic bone in. Make a scooping motion. Make your way. Lengthen. And then shift back and sit up on your knees. You can bring the palms onto the thighs. Soften through the shoulders. Take a couple of deep inhales and exhales. Relax your face, your jaw, your lips. Notice how it feels in your upper back, your chest, your neck, your shoulders. Take a couple of deep inhales and exhales. Notice how the rib cage feels, how the breaths feel. Bring the palms to the heart. Take a moment to be grateful for everything you were able to accomplish today. Thank you guys for joining me for this fun power class. I hope you feel great. You felt the activation in your arms, the shoulders. You felt the release in the tension through the stretches and the spiral movements. I hope you feel more free and more stable and supported in your shoulders and your arms. Let me know in the comments how you feel. Make sure to share with your friends. Subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. If you love this class, if you want to try out my full-length classes and different 30-day programs, I invite you to try Gayatri.yoga platform, where you can get access to around 400 classes and you can start practicing 7 days free. Until we meet again, namaste.